Oh my goodness. Well, hello you beautiful people, and welcome to another World of Synths with me, your host Jason Jervis. Also, the GetJervis. Yes, I am a bit of a... Anyway, thank you very much for joining us this evening. If you're watching this post the event, you're welcome to join us live. But if not, enjoy this video from now on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and enjoy, and see you in the next one. No, it's not over yet. It's just begun. Let's see who is in the chat. And it's quite a bustling chat. We've got our handy spanners in there, as well as the Jervite spanners to the rescue. If you are not getting my attention, please get hold of them and they will get hold of me via a second device that I must remember to look at. Anyway, so hey, Sam is one of the spanners, so thank you for that. Also, many of you might not know, but Sam Jones is the actual actor that played Flash Gordon. So yeah, so do treat him with the respect deserved of such a cult classic. Biscuit, how you doing? Yes, there'll be more of you later. Albion Syndicate, hello and cheers. A lot of Thomas, hello sir. Andy, hello. Tom, hello and welcome to the Jervites. Nick Destruct, hello. Mr. Mags, where's Jason Mags? Where's Jason Mags? There's Jason Mags. There's Jason and Mags in the chat. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Who else? Viral Beats. There were some good tunes on Hardware Jams last night. Looking at you. So, yeah, well done on those. I failed to get mine in time because I just run out of time after jamming in Gym Jams on Sunday. And, you know, those things, you do need sleep. It's one of those things that you have to have. Sleep and coffee. Usually in that order, not coffee then sleep, because that can be quite, might work. Anyway, Peter Coy, how you doing? And welcome to the chat. And welcome anyone I've missed. Dilip Funbar, Crazy Wabbit, there you go. You get the same mention there as well for last night's jam. Fantastic. Davy, hello, sir. Who else have we got? It's going down the bottom. I'm gonna catch up. I got a dumb question, considering I've been doing this for 20 plus years, but is there a way to export old Fruity Loop Studio projects? Now, that was the first, I think it was actually, no, Cubasis might have been my first, was it Cubase? First PC software, but I think Time Stretching, Fruity Loops, the first one. I don't know. I think you might have to sort of tech support them. Yeah, I'm sure there's someone there. I haven't used it for years, so I'm sorry I can't help you there on that one, Nick. But yeah, probably. I mean, the circuit rhythm and tracks, there's no way of exporting the MIDI. You know, it's one of those things. Who else have we got? Barratt Holmes helicopter sound. Remember, a home is not just a home, it's a Barratt home. That guy, didn't he do the voice for Blackadder, the introduction of Blackadder, the first series, the one where Rowan Atkinson's character Blackadder was very sort of wet, and then became in series 2 the Baldrick character, and Baldrick was the savvy, sassy one. Oh, we do love that. Jonathan Meadows, hello from Arizona. Ooh, dusty, sir. Close those screen doors, keep the dust out, and keep, I suppose it's quite warm over there right now. Is it, I guess. I mean, I suppose it's your winter too, so maybe you get acclimated, American word, to the temperature that you're in. So when it drops, you feel it. Paul Holmes, hi Biscuit. Yes, Biscuits. And we're there, we've caught up. We have caught up. Right, Blackadder was brilliant, wasn't it? And my favourite Blackadder, I think, is Blackadder the Third, because that kind of hit in 1988 when I think I was in my 5th year at school, what they now refer to in modern parlance as year 11. So there we go. A meat raffle. I'm doing a meat raffle. I'm doing a fur raffle. I've got a box of fur. Anybody want some Jackson fur? Imagine that would be so wrong. We've got the props, and we've got this one as well, Mr. Mags.
Well, don't just stand there, man. Get it out. Get it out.
I love that so much. You're a fan of the rhythm. I am a fan of the rhythm. If you're in the UK at the moment, there is a rhythm for sale on Innovation's site, refurbished for £209. It's an absolute steal. It's fantastic. It's easy to use. You can all the sounds that you heard, by the way, at the beginning, were sampled from the Moog on Sunday for jamming in Gym Jam. So I've been fiddling a little bit around with them tonight, and I did that lovely arpeggio, which was lovely, linked up so well with the Dreadbox Raindrops. My goodness, delay pedal, which is an absolutely phenomenal bit of kit. Those are fantastic. Anyway, so that's kind of what we got, I guess, on the table tonight, is a circuit rhythm filled with Moog samples, and of course no jam from the Jervis is complete without a cat sample or 3, although he's at the back there sleeping upside down. Yeah, he does that. So that's filled with, it's not that full, but it's full enough to get us through today's episode. I've got a bit of an itch. I think it's my hair itching my nose. I think I need a haircut. It was not intentional to grow this, but you know, it happens, right? If you don't visit a barber, your hair will grow. And that's something we could all sort of go home and think about. Gaz Williams, talking about haircut, I think you need a haircut. And I think you need a trim. I think get rid of the beard, get rid of the hair. And like you said in the stream, no one would recognise, but they would, because the blind guy would find you. Yeah, good stream. Let it grow, man. Well, I am letting it grow. It's well, I mean, also, I mean, hopefully you'll have appreciated that I've gone for tweed and a 70s tie, which I think this is my Moogist tie. Look at that. I mean, that just says Moog, mini Moog. When you went for a demonstration in the 1970s, you'd be approached by a man in a brown suit wearing this tie. That was the official Moog music in company tie. I mean, it's not, but wouldn't it be good if it was? You're wondering about the hair thing. Yeah, well, it just does. It just grows, I guess. I mean, you've got a good length of hair yourself, haven't you? You know what it's like. You just kind of do it. So there we go. Who's going to say no? Sorry, I'm just Sam. Why is your wife saying no? Oh, are we talking? All right, okay. You're right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the kind of that's what's on the table. We'll just do things a little bit. We'll stir the pot a bit. We'll do music, irrelevant stuff, music irrelevant. I think tonight. So yeah, with our samples, and do you know, I spent time on Sunday, because I haven't played this for a long time, and I have let's put it down top there. I have toyed with the idea many times of selling it, and it is when you've got a sub 37 and a sequential Pro 3 SE. I mean, they share a lot of the same DNA, whereas the SE does things slightly differently. It's got a more metallic sound. It's got the wavetable oscillator. It's got a third oscillator for starters. It's only got two. You have the state variable filter on there as well, so you can do sort of behind me sounds, 3 notes at once. This will do duo mode, will allow you to play 2 notes, which is what you heard with the arpeggiator at the beginning. I put that second oscillator in, and it just played, it droned that 1 note, and I was able to tune it to sort of some degree anyway. So, you know, when you've got those kind of 2 heavy hitting mono synths, you kind of think, I mean, I've got limited space, and as you can see, that's where it lives. That's where the synth would live. It's over there. Chair's creaking. It's not me breaking wind.
Well, don't just stand there, man. Get it out. Get it out.
It was the wrong one, but that's fine. So you know, you've got a lot of common ground, but I got it out on Sunday, and I played with it, and for me, the sub 37 does signify. Oh, hello. Is it just? I think. Oh, I got a dodgy HDMI cable. It does. It's only relevant that I do this. I'm going to just put this on for a minute, and we'll talk about this. Hang on, can I do it? This is so weird doing it this way. Okay, you'll have to tell me how this goes, because I don't know. I can't hear this. But there we go. You can have a look at this. This is from 2016 Sonic State Live event in Bristol, and Gaz. I'll show you.
Ladies and gentlemen, GetJervis.
Me lo recuerda don Pedro Ruiz. Aquí está. Soltero.
It's going I'm sat here. We'll go back to oh, hello. See, that was timing, wasn't it? Steve McQueen, emblazoned across my chest. I'm not Academy Award-winning Steve McQueen. So 2016. I think I have always had synths. I've always had synths. But I bought this that year to do that gig with, and as a way of getting into it. So it kind of pulled me in. What I found with the Sub 37, and of course I think this is the first Moog. I mean, you have the Sub Fatty, which I think I've just done a little bit of research in the. This is such a great book, because it's not just, how to get sounds out of Moog. It's got history, it's got interviews with artists, so it's very good. It's got a coffee stain on there as well, because it's been on the desk. We'll get to coffee in a minute. But I had to do a little research on who made this and where it came from, because obviously Bob Moog died in 2005, I think it was. Unfortunately, and the Little Fatty was launched in 2006. So a little bit of research, a little bit of history from this fantastic book. The Little Fatty was the first surface mount technology in a Moog ever, and was designed with Bob and Cyril Lance, whose designs, and then I think Mike Adams took over the company, Amos Gaines, Steve Dunnington, and there's lots of little lots more to that story. But ultimately, this came out in 2014 and is directly linked to those, to things like the Taurus 3, which was obviously the Taurus bass pedals. Being a prog rock fan, I mean, Genesis, Moog Taurus pedals, that brilliant. Good old Mike Rutherford there. Mike Rutherford on bass. Or is it an unaccompanied bass pedal solo from Mr. Mike Rutherford? But yeah, so the DNA, the final bit of DNA from Bob Moog lives in this synth. And, it's a bit of fluff on there. And the Bob Moog tribute that you've got here emblazoned in tiny letters, tiny signature, I think is a tribute as the last thing he had any hand in, I think, if I'm right. But certainly Cyril Lance was the architect, alongside. I think that it says here, Steve Dunnington. Okay, so that's another name that I've got wrong. That's fine. So it represented the foundational principles Moog wanted it to have. The senior engineer Cyril Lance's deep understanding of emerging technology that could make it all happen. And of course, they're trying to make a Moog that didn't cost the earth as well. So this was, the start of the affordability of, what is a premium brand. So Steve Dunnington remembers, I'd spec'd out the Little Fatty to Bob, and he was like, oh, we could probably make that for about this much. So we had a goal, and knew that features, I knew what features it should have. We kept banging on that a little bit, and then we got this guy Cyril Lance to join. So actually, it's sort of Steve Dunnington's baby with Cyril Lance, with Bob Moog. So that DNA lives in this synth. And I guess ultimately you could then argue that the subsequent 37, I mean, it's not as dirty. And I think that's the point. I think the subsequent is, hello, right. I've got stuff going on here. I've got to pay attention. Mic's a bit odd. Sounds like it's got a boost around 160. Quite boomy. High pass switch being knocked, possibly? No. Oh, I don't know. Talking amongst yourselves, I'm gonna have a look at the top down. Just look at the top down, turn that off. I don't think so. It wouldn't have the mic. No, it's the same as it always was. Yeah, it's likely that just my facial movement, that I'm not as angled. Does that sound better now, mics wise? Because I think it's just where I'm pointing my gob, ultimately. So if I turn away from it, it'll go off axis, won't it? And I think that's perhaps the thing. So you know, so as a bit of history, 10 years old. Oh, hello. I've knocked the mic. So 10 years old this year. And, you know, it's been with me since 2016. And they did have an issue where they were using plastic posted, or a plastic posted potentiometer. My goodness. Try and say that after a long day of work with an ulcer. And they replaced it with a metal one. So, you know, I did have this on eBay this year. Nobody bought it. Which is, you know, it's one of those things you got to kind of like, oh, Jim, actually, you and I spoke at the last, the time before it. So what was it, 2022? No, 23. Hang on, what day is it? Yeah, 2022 Synth Fest. We sat outside talking about the Sub 37 because you just bought one. So you've had yours for 2 years now. How you getting on with it? How you get on with it? Okay, right. So, yeah, Steve, it is a thing of beauty. So, getting back to me getting back into making electronic music. Now, if you want, I'll put a link to that video in, because to me, that piece of music, that performance, that 15-minute performance was a very much this was Jason Jervis. This is what I used to do. Where we used to have a room back in when I shared a big old sort of country. It wasn't a country pile, but it was an old country hotel, which a few of us lived in, and Gaz and I shared a music room. We had a music room in the house, so obviously everybody threw their kit in it, and there was drum kits, bass, guitars, synthesizers. So I put my synths in there. Our friend Toby, he put his Rhodes in there. Where I had a Gen SX 1000. I had my Akai sampler. Did I have the DS8 in there as well? And he had an M1. So there was all sorts of really interesting stuff in the studio. And I at that point I still had my Prophet 600. This, when I got this, gave me the same connection. I got the same connection out of this that I did with my Prophet 600 in that it just pulled me in, and it just, I lost time. And that's rare with synths and instruments, I think, is when you connect on that level to an instrument that you've only just got. And I had the Prophet 600 for years. I actually went to the guitar player in Gaz's band in Rocket Gold Star, Frank, who then, I had an SQ80, a Roland delay, reverb, or, you know, we were wheeling and dealing, we were swapping gear, so it was quite nice. Hey, Robert Schultz, how you doing? So, plastic posted potentiometer, yes, Sam. Right, okay, so that's a little bit of the history of me, a little bit of the history of the Sub 37 and the latter days of, you know, the new form, the new Moog. I think there. Hey, Uncle Chrome, how you doing? So let's go back to chatting. What's everyone drinking? What's everyone drinking? Look at how that is. Hang on, just not mud. I'm not drinking mud, although actually, what is that? Oh, it's it's dark, resonant, low pass, filthy with emphasis. This is no ordinary coffee. This is the final grounds of Truestart Coffee. Coffee for you, for me, for everyone. So yeah, this is quite a sad day. Truestart Coffee signature roast has now been all eaten and drunk by GetJervis himself. Feel good coffee. We're a family-run British brand and fiercely independent. We exist to spread massive positive energy by making delicious, healthy coffee that is proudly part of a community that puts people first and the planet. I went a little bit from, you know, anyway. So it's a B certified corporation. Gaz talking about those. So Gaz, if you're still around, B certified certified. Be certified. And actually, look at it. It blends into it. So, so Truestart, please send me some coffee. Please. There we go. But yeah, I do highly recommend that. I know it's a local company for us, Bristolites, West Country folk, but actually I think you can buy this all over the country, and it is tremendous. Wake up and dive in to Truestart Coffee signature blend, with coffee beans that you can grind yourself. Coffee. So that's what I'm drinking. What are you all drinking? Hey, Cressy. What have we got? So, what does B certified mean? It's a new thing. It's a new thing. We're proud to be carbon negative. So B certified. Let me just take my glasses off because this is the part of the show where I tell you something important. B certified, committed to accountability, transparency, and continuous improvement. Yeah, I mean, ethical, like ethical as. Okay, so what have we got? We've got bowel certified. Band pass yogi tea. Oh yeah, nice. I do like a yogi tea. Carbon negative. Making spiel then. Yeah. Owen's coffee. Bantam blend. Owen's coffee. Bantam blend. Is that made with real chicken? Real chicken feet. Yeah, like sub. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah. Hey, just now then, you've just turned up, haven't you? I feel duty bound to show you my very, very special box of fur. So that is teasing. You're going to be yelling. Are you yelling at the screen now? You did make me laugh last night, though, so I'm giving it back to you, hopefully. Robert Schulz, I click with my Casio keyboards. Yeah, I think it's important to have that connection, whatever you're doing. Green tea there from Cresshead, plus lemon juice. Is that just lemon juice, or are you drinking it? Crazy. I am crazy. The great thing is, though, that gone fast show all of a sudden. Sorry, guys. The coffee really is good. It really is good, and it does make you talk at about 100 miles an hour. So Lamont, let me just tell you something secret, right? Okay, so obviously it looks like I'm putting my nose in this. Let's look at how close it is actually to my face. Oh, hang on. Let's just do this. So I did that. I went, Oh, see, now it looks even closer. It was that far away. It's camera trickery. Anyway, it's that. So what have we got? What have we got? A spot of lemon juice. Oh, I see. So you just added a dash of lemon juice. I used to work with when I worked back in sound control in my days in retail. We had a guitar tech called Eltham Jones, who used to work for Hohner Guitars in South Wales. A superb, technician, just in awe of his excellence. Hey, Richard, hope you're feeling better. Hope you're good. Lucis, you're not helping yourself, Jervis. No, do you know what's really funny? It's not. I'm allergic to cats. So I've been realising it's like, yeah, well, that's why my nose. It's not the fur going up my nose. It's actually just me being allergic to cats. I'm making a tribble. Uncle Chrome, I'm making a baby Jackson. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get E to make a little sort of a cat-shaped thing, and we'll just glue stick all that. Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of what's going to happen. We're going to do that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm drinking. That's what the owl. This was a birthday gift. The owl from E. It's a sticker. So she made that. Isn't it great? I don't want to use it almost because I don't want to sort of. I love it as it is. It's just like it's watching you. The owl is watching you. I can't really. Yeah. So, I put it in here as a bookmark. And it kind of it's watching you. Anyway, I'm going to put that fabulous. I've pretty much got all of the Bukes, but I haven't actually got the new one. Yeah, well, I think that's the point. I think that's the point with cats, isn't it? That you have them because you're allergic. Most people are actually sort of allergic to their sputum. Their sputum, and that's what they do. They clean themselves, and that sputum has. I haven't. I'm just on coffee. True start. The truest start of the day. Sorry, cake. No, but I've got some homemade biscuits. Now, I made some digestives the other week, and I wanted to make them again. And I decided that I was going to make GetJervis biscuits. Look at that. GetJervis. And I've made that's Australia. That's totally accidental, but doesn't that look like Australia? So for any of the Antipodeans in the chat, then I'm going to talk about how useful that is. So these are supposed to be digestives, but I just don't believe they are. I don't believe there's no oats in them for starters, which is wrong. So the recipe I followed. I mean, they are good though. That's sort of VP. Now let me get this straight, okay? You might well call these cookies across the other side of the pond. We call them biscuits. A biscuit over what you would call a biscuit, we would call a scone. Yes. That's like Jackson eating. Yeah, butter cookie. Oh my goodness. But it's not. It kind of does taste a bit like a digestive, but it's not. It is more buttery. So. I mean, this was last night, whilst Hardware Jams is on. So what's, Hardware Jams and Biscuits and Jams. And of course, Biscuit Moon. So, yeah, very good though. Well done. Try not to eat carbs. Yeah, I have to eat carbs. Otherwise the insulin doesn't work on those things. Anyway, VB, how you doing? SK. Scone. It depends on what part of the country you come from. If you're in the south, one might quite honestly ask for a scone. I would like a scone, a cream tea, which would feature jam, clotted cream, and a scone. One might then, depending on whether one was from Devonshire or Cornwall, attempt to put one or the other first. But which is the right way? Jam first and then clotted cream? That's what they do in Cornwall. Or is it to use the clotted cream as one would use butter and then place the jam upon top, like they do in Devon? People have gone to war over such things in this country. That's how territorial. And we're talking about, I suppose, in American terms, this, Cornwall, which is a county, and Devon are probably the size of cities. So you're talking about, that size of a very angry mob turning up with pitchforks and flaming torches and saying, "No, don't you put that jam on first, why I oughta," that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, Steve, very, very politically correct. That's the politically correct way to do it. It's like one side jam, one side cream, and then you can eat it together, half and half. You have jam on one side of your face and cream on the other. I like that. I have actually got an ulcer there, which is not cool. And it keeps, yeah, for sure. So, the Devonshire method, Marky. The Devonshire method. Well, I work in an environment where I have both sets of people, Devonshire and Cornwall. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. Well, it is. Yeah. Butter. Anyway, I'm going to wash that down with some more of this fantastic Truestart Coffee. So, we're here to talk about synthesizers. So we've had our history. We talked about what we're drinking. We've talked about who we are, we're going to now talk about the synthesizers. So, when I dug this out, it's like, oh, which menu do I dive into to find out how to sync this? Don't worry, we'll get Jackson 5 after this next bit. And of course, you press play. As the MIDI is going out from here, from the circuit, and into the MIDI there, and off we go. There's something happening. Oh, look at that! You hear it? That's just the delay. Turn the delay off. Right. So let's go. Oh, hello. Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. So, arpeggiator. It says sync underneath it. Just so you know it's in time as well. Oh, hang on. Let's go pans. Oh yeah, that's definitely not in time. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. Hang on. Yes, fine young cannibals. That's not a sample of this, by the way. That's another loop. I don't know why that's there. Oh no, it is. It is. It's from this. It's from the Moog. So we'll stop that for a minute. So straight away you're in easy heaven, and it's like, okay, that's easy, and everything syncs up then. So you can get the LFO to sync up too. So, and I've got that option added. So let's put that back in, and let's get. And it is. What's it doing? Oh, I think it's already doing that. Yeah, there we go. So modulation 2, LFO 2, right, which is on a sort of random. Now I'm going to be tempted to move this to 6 dBs per octave. A bit more filth. Turn the drive up. Let's get some. Oh, that's nasty. Get some nice cross rhythms there as well. Of course, then you can get LFO1 to modulate the wave shape of oscillator 1 just by a flourish of mine hands here. Oops, not those two. That is right, yeah. I'm not able to hear it over that. Let's turn that back down. Oh, hang on. There you go, see? Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm turning the wrong thing up. So, modulation amount. Doesn't seem to be... I can't hear that. I'm doing oscillator 1 wave. Or maybe. I'm not convinced. Not convinced. Anyway. So the idea is that it is fat, filthy, and functional. That's an anticlimactic word I've just used at the end. Sorry. But yeah. So why could I not hear that? Maybe because the arpeggio's literally just destroying any sense. Let's do it from an initial preset. And that now we'll try the same. There you go. Definitely more sort of elongated sounds. Oh, hello. I just hit the levers. Yeah, just that's one of the things I really liked about this synth from the off. Right, it's really destroying it now because I think, yeah, it's just that. It's too much. Of course, if you have it on 100% of an amount, sort of modulating the wave shape, you're going to get to blank spots in the wave shape, aren't you? Obviously. So it's my own stupid fault. Let's get a bit of release on there. And of course, look at that. I had LFO and key reset. What an idiot. It's gone now though, right? Because it's working. And so James is saying to set modulation, hold the module. Well, I mean, I've done it. So obviously maybe to reset. So what you're saying is to reset modulation, hold the mod destination button, which is this one, down and turn, oh I see, and turn the knob you want to modulate. Oh I see, so that can bypass the, I suppose, the 6 selections you've got there. Filter wise, I am perturbed by the fact that it says resonance, not emphasis. I'd like to have seen emphasis on there. Destination, not source. Destination, not source. Yeah, I got that. But obviously I'm going to use one of those anyway. So, oh, actually, no, not that one, but this one here. And like most analog synths, as soon as you add effects, Jim is giving me pointers. It's always the thing, isn't it? If you're sat on your own, you got a bit more time to go, oh yeah, that's why it's not working. Whereas if you're on a live stream, why is that not working? You've got a bunch of friends helping you, so thanks guys. And obviously no time to figure it, to have the luxury of time. Now 24 decibels per octave. I'm a 12 dB kind of guy. I like the way it cuts through, and you've got the option here. And of course, you've go down a bit lower, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. I wish I could remember the rest of that. I have to dig out that album now and listen to it after this. It's rubbish, isn't it? It just sounds awful. If you're watching this going, what the hell do you mean by that thumbnail? I mean clickbait, come on. I'm only playing the game. I don't mean this is rubbish. God. I think this is probably the best thing they've done. Do put your comments below. It's just And I think for me, my Prophet 600 I could do this for hours. Just that singing filter. That's why Moog, right? I might do an A/B. I might do a video, a proper video. Sub 37 versus Pro 3. I think somebody's already done that, surely. Someone's already done that. I'm going, but does the sequential, which this is reminding me of a sequential synthesizer, does the sequential give me the same thing? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I don't know what this does that hits me in that spot, that sweet spot. But it does. Anyway, so yeah, you say Moog, you go fat basses, you go filter, and that, you know, and we could go on with regards to the other features. And you've got anything that's in white is they're extra things. They're an extra layer, a shift layer, if you like. And you've got 4 ADSR. You know, you've got your envelope there, but you've got more. You've got more decay hold as well, so you can add those in. Ooh. Oh, that's got me. Instant 1970s. Just and this was my first introduction to loopable envelopes, which really led me to getting the Pittsburgh modular Microvolt 3900, but this just does it as well. Might get rid of the drives you crazy snare, because it will drive you crazy. Ooh. That's better, isn't it? Let's get out of here. It sounds like a tambourine. What we're going to do on here? So, oh no, it's a loop. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I haven't prepared that. Let's do that again. Okay, well, back onto this. Yes. I don't even think we need, to be honest. I'm not quite sure what beat frequency does, but these two do make a difference. Yes. Oh, good Lord. That biscuit's just... Have we got a stream dropout situation? Cresshead, Andy, tell me. Buffering here, oh my god. Well, my fast internet tells me here that it's good. It tells me that I've got an excellent stream health is excellent. The stream is healthy. What that means doesn't tell me any more. Doesn't tell me more than that. Okay, does not support. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to sort of figure out that. I did have some issues with just watching TV the other night, so maybe there is something I need to deal with. It's just slightly glitchy. Is it sound wise? Do you think, or is? Great. Okay, that's good. Thank you. My team of Gervite spanners are helping. This is working well, guys. This is working well. I've got a much bigger screen for the chat and actually some technical support at his side. God, this is brilliant. This is the best. Thanks, guys, for just being all of yourselves. It's just fun to play with as well. I mean, you just got that kind of that lovely kind of hands-on, and it is fairly, it's fairly straightforward to program. I mean, let's turn that loop off. Let's get back to the single oscillator. So it can sound really nasal as well. It doesn't have to sound. Let's go with 6. Oh. Let's go for a little bit of a. It's some sort of micro tune, I think. Yeah, you don't have to do much. And again, this is where it clicks with me. I'm at one with the instrument. And you've got this feedback external in, which is another overdrive, which I think was a trick that lots of people did with mini Moogs, where they'd bring something into the external in from itself. I don't know how that would work. But listen to that, you've got Axe fatness. I don't know what that is. There's nothing. Oh, it's just feedback external in. So, just so, let's pare it back down to nothing, just to give you, but that in. I mean, it'd be rude not to save that, right? Okay. It's not quite the same sound, but no, I didn't save it. Well, it's still. Oh, excellent. I think I'm just going to save it to preset 11. There we go. Right, come back to the sort of. So, good night, Anna. Thanks for being with us. Oh, crikey, it's 9 o'clock. How did that happen? UK, of course. 10 o'clock elsewhere. Some places it's earlier. In the Americas, I believe it is earlier still. Somewhere in the region of perhaps 7 hours earlier. Imagine that. Still, the sun is shining, Uncle Chrome, upon you. Again, yeah, Steve, just to get back to what you said, you don't need to move much to get a dramatically different sound. So it's a joy. Certainly for me, it's a joy to program, and you get such a wealth of sounds out of it. Good night. Good night. Good night, Jess and Mags. Australia is tomorrow, and it's very early in Australia. Australia is in the future. Think about that. So, but there are also places that are in the southern hemisphere that are on the same timeline, but it's summer. How's that? It's just weird, isn't it? So let's just listen to the pop. So is that middle C? And then you can't even hear that. Oh, that's too. So triangle, saw. Into square. Oh, and there it is. There's the pulse. Oh. I think it might just be, yeah, because the camera's pointing at a. Maybe. Let's measure it. So we've got a question in the audience. Steve's asking if the keys are longer front to back. Oh, 5 millimeters from the Arturia Keylab Mark II, which you see behind me here, which is ruddy beautiful. I've got to tell you about this. Let me just tell you about this. Brustronica, as always, loads of really cool stuff, loads of really lovely people, and I still haven't done anything with any of the footage. I shot loads of stuff, 20 little interviews for 3 questions, sort of 3 questions kind of vibes. Anyway, met this guy, and he's making this fantastic thing called the Dubby, which is like a controller. Can we see that? Can we see that from the top down? Oh God, why has my brain gone completely numb? But anyway, this is on Kickstarter, and I posted a story on the Instagram yesterday because they're 420% funded, but you still got 4-5 days to sort of back the project and get your upfront deal on this fantastic product, which what is Dubby? Let me read it. Dubby is a versatile open source tactile audio device designed for real-time high fidelity quadraphonic audio processing. Tailored for electronic musicians, music producers and DJs, Dubby excels in the studio and on stage. With customizability at its core, you can easily upload. So it can do pretty much anything, and you can switch out buttons, sliders, all sorts of good stuff. So it's a really handy sort of controller. Controller for CV as well, not just CV, MIDI, all sorts of lovely stuff. So I'll put a link in the video for that. But yeah, go and check it out. It might absolutely be your thing. In which case, I would say put your hand in your pocket and get your money out and back the project to get yourself. Yeah, it'd be a great thing to have on this channel. Certainly with the modular stuff, and get play fader one side and that another, just to do some really crazy sort of manipulations of CV and gate. So yeah, any further questions? Just popcorn night. Yeah, I called it. Yeah, you did call it. I mean, 5 milliliters, millimeters. I thought it was a delay. Yeah, I think it can be. I think Dubby can be anything you want it to be, and that's the beauty of it. It really can. Biscuit, feel free. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is going to wind down a little bit, because we've been on for a little while. Any questions about the Sub 37 that I may indeed be able to answer with my homemade rose? Well, I say made that, and of course. Back tomorrow. She's missed a few streams due to switched weekends and whatnot, so holidays. Dubby link, oh hello, Dubby link in the chat. Go and check it out. Nice one, Steve. That's what we want, so go check that out. And obviously for those people after the event, it will be in the description as well. So there it is. It's rubbish. The Sub 37 is possibly, yeah. Oh, Nick Destruct. Oh. Now, I'd sell them both. So not to have to decide. I don't know. Right, okay. I've spent more time with the Sub 37 than I have with the Pro 3. I bought the Pro 3 because I interviewed Dave Smith on the release of the Pro 3 in a hotel room at NAMM. I think the year before he passed away, sadly, or even, was it the year he passed away? 2020? When did he pass? So we had a joke about him stealing my wallet. So there's a whole kind of like interaction between me and him there, and sad I didn't get to meet him again after having purchased the synth. So there's a sentimental attachment to the Pro 3, and there's a very real connection to the Sub 37. Do you see my dilemma? I am sentimental. So yeah, so I think that's kind of Crusty, I tried to sell it, and I've done a couple of streams with it. I did a stream when I was sort of started streaming last year. I did an episode with it, which I was trying to do a sort of bag or bin kind of concept, is like, do I keep it, do I sell it? That was a different day. It's before the world of synths, which is it's definitely a superior concept, I think. But I guess someone would have to offer me a vintage instrument, replace it with a vintage instrument. I mean, I've got my favorite analog mono synth is the CS15, the Yamaha CS15, and it doesn't resonate. The filter doesn't it doesn't self-oscillate rather. But I don't mind that. It's got such it's such depth. Again, that's another one I did last year. I might get that out because it would be rude not to do that on this show. Odyssey, 2600. I mean, the majority of music that I love, maybe with the exception of Jethro Tull, are all they all use ARP synths. You know, the Who, Whitesnake, Deep Purple, ARP Odyssey, Genesis. You know, Pro Soloist. You know, they're all ARP, with the exception of maybe, you know, maybe some. You know, Jethro Tull is mini Moog, so there's that. And you know, I don't listen to Emerson, Lake and Palmer very often because I do find it a little bit. It's too much and then too silly. There's no middle ground. So where I think Tull have that perfect balance between being able to be a bit silly but bringing it back into serious, and then to go off the rails a little bit but not to be too far removed from, you know, from a song, from a bit of music you can whistle. Whereas Emerson, Lake and Palmer is just intense. I think I find that sometimes it's like Van de Graaff Generator. I don't listen to them all the time. When I do, it's like, whoa, I need to sit down now, even if I was sat down to listen to them. So yeah, I don't know. It's a really difficult one because every time I bring it out and I put it on the table, I love this whole kind of aesthetic, this smoothness, and I have found myself more the Robbie side of the table. We haven't had Jackson 5, have we? I do find that a little bit, you know, it's nice to sort of play with. Oh, so low. And like I say, I mean, you heard, I didn't do anything. I barely touched it, and I was getting sounds out of it. So for me, it's. I think that symbiotic relationship you have with an instrument is exactly that. Is if you play something and you get sounds immediately, then it's your instrument, right? So yeah, I think I need to use it more. And you know, that's any kind of instrument, isn't it? Anyway, so we'll go quick Jackson 5. Jackson, wake up, be present. He's not being present. He's like literally face diving into my footlights. Come say hi. I think he's definitely, the later it is the better. Right. Okay. Right. Let's do this then. Let's get the cat out of the bag. Come on. Ow. Yeah. Ow. All right. Look at, he's just not real, is he? Look at that. Oh, buddy. Look at your big belly. Look at your big belly. Come on. Just give you a little bit of... Oh. Straight on the synth bed. There he goes. You picked a very plain sound. But he's at least playing it. So let's get the headphones. I don't know what you're doing. You can't be heard. No. There you go. There you go. So what about the arpeggiator? Oh. Why would you do that? Literally, I told everybody that I'm allergic to cats. You're now sticking your tail out my nose. Yeah? Anyway, right. So, yeah, Nick, I like this, the look and the sound of both. I think that's it. The wood really works. I've got the SE edition of the Pro 3 as well, which, I've got a Pro 1, actually. Where is my Pro 1? Oh my goodness. And the keyboard on that is absolutely nudged. It's got really... There he is. He's just taking over the mic now, dude. I was trying to answer a serious question about a synthesizer, and then you come in and just like go, yeah, just do that. I'm gonna put my face over yours now. See how that works. See if you like that. Yeah, and the fact that you can lift it up and it's it's just beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. So I think I need to, and I did jam the other week with it, didn't I? And it was really good fun. I did enjoy it. So I think I just need to spend some time with it, like I've spent with this. So maybe I bring the Sub 37 back in the studio, put it back there, plumb it in so I can jam with it in here, and maybe I'll take the Pro 3 elsewhere so I can spend a bit more quality one-on-one time. I think you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Steve McQueen, come on. I can't see the chat. You're completely in the way. Right? I want to see what I'm saying. Poor Jackson. Comfortable under the lights and then whoosh. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, look. It's time to pull some hair out. There you go. There it is. Another donation to the Baby Jackson Fund. The tail that's been in a litter tray. Yeah, I know. He's literally put it in the litter tray and he's ramming it right up my nose. I'm going to have a shower after this, don't worry. And get in my gym jams. Maybe have a little play with the, a bit more of a play. Right. Anyway, so shall we? Bob is sneezing. Okay, shall we get you off the table? And we'll just play out. Thanks everyone for joining me tonight live. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this after the event, and leaving a like and subscribing and telling your friends. Let's grow this channel. Let's make it big for Jackson's sake, to keep him fed and happy. He's quite happy though, isn't he? Look at that little face. Look at that little face. You little squish face. And yeah, and also lurking gherkins. I forgot to mention you earlier, but thank you for being a lurking gherkin in the background, watching the show week in, week out, and being a Jervite, and I know it. So, thank you, good night, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves, and we'll see you around and about. Right, can you get off now? No, not my coffee! Get your nose up! Right, that's exactly what Lamont was talking about. You just sitting on the... Go on then. Don, you're not trolling. Think I may drop into the door for a while, don't know. Right, okay. Oh, viral beats. What's your son named? Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get this party started. And I've got something I prepared earlier as well, which we can go and just straight in. Should we do that? Yeah. I know, right? 10 p.m. Sam Jones. I know what's going on here. Right. You're a nutter. Where's that? Oh. There it is.
Wow.
Good night, everyone. Come on, you were just jamming then, nice. Get your honest to God. Good night, everyone.